What up? 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 This is the a new. I want to put it. I guess a newfound interest, right? Reading between the lyrics. That's what I want to call it. You know how people uh say stuff and they be like, you got to read between the lines, right? So mine is read between the lyrics, right? So this is my first session, read between the lyrics, first episode, however you want to classify it, right? Uh, the song we read between the lyrics today, J. Cole, Once an Addict, Interlude, right? This is off the KOD album. Uh, the song is one verse, but the verse is so powerful. J. Cole is a I know all them artists like that's what we say. That's an artist. But he truly is like an artist. Like you can really see what he's saying, right? He can give you great insight through his words with what he's saying. Um, it's like he painting like a true artist, right? But like I said, one verse, right? One verse, and it's just like so much. I'm gonna stop it and kind of get insight because it was so much, but then it's just one verse. First of all, I think this album was some of J. Cole's best work. I just believe due to the time it came out, and of course the angle he took for us naming it, KOD, talking about drug addiction, talking about depression. I think it kind of went over a lot of people's heads. Uh, Few of the songs, did numbers but for the most part, the album itself, don't get me wrong, it did good, right? It did do good, but I just think like, for most people, they kind of bypassed it, as far as what he was talking about, right? So let's get into the song, right? I got the lyrics right here. We're gonna go through the lyrics.
Right, right, right. Something's got a hold on me. Right.
I like that part though.
Sometimes I think pain is just a lack of understanding. If we could only understand it all, would we feel no pain? God.
That's a great analogy, right? That's a great saying, right? Um, if we could, see it all, we really feel no pain. Like, you could just kind of tell, like what his son going at, just off that little intro right there. Like, you could tell what kind of angle he finna go at.
God must feel no pain.
Something's got a hold on me.
Only joy. Does this mean even our suffering pleases him?
Lost in a cloud of marijuana, young Carolina, fish out of water. Stepdaddy just had a daughter with another woman. Mama ain't recovered yet, calling me at 12 at night. She drunk as f, and I'm upset, cause why she
Okay, so going and get into them bars right there, right? Lost in a cloud of marijuana, young Carolina, fish out of water. Stepdaddy just had a daughter with another woman. Mama ain't recovered yet, right? Just, I mean, we all know parents, we all know people that go through that, right? The first part, of course, is him. Like he's speaking about himself, third person, right? This me lost in the cloud of marijuana. Then he kind of young Carolina, fresh up out of water. Then he get into it, right? Stepdaddy just had a baby, just had a daughter, right? Another child with another woman, right? And then he get into like the like how his mama feel about it. Mama. That's what he said. Mama ain't recovered yet, right? So we know women, uh, that get cheated on, whatever the case may be, and they have a hard time recovering, right? So that's relatable just in itself.
always need for crutch. Growing up, I always used to see her up, late as shoot, cigarette smoking, greatest hits from Marvin Gaye. She kill a whole bottle with some cheap Chardonnay. I gotta leave this house, cause part of me dies when I see her like this. Too young to deal with pain. I'd rather run the streets than see her kill herself. So Ville became my escape from a feeling I hate. Mama.
Excuse me. He said, call it me at night, 12 at night, right? Third person, right? Of course, if she calling him, he probably somewhere else, right? 12 at night, she drunk. It's F, right? I'm upset because why she always using me for crutch, right? And it's times like it's kids, like growing up, like parents at times, because we don't really understand everything. That's why he wrote this song as he got older, right? We don't really understand uh why parents at times do the stuff they do, right? So uh why she always call it me at night, why she always use me for crutch, excuse me, right? it sound like it's upsetting. Like we all had times where our parents call, we be like, oh Lord, what they want to talk about? Oh Lord, I don't feel like talking. Like why me? Why they always calling me to talk about this stuff? Why they always gotta call? Why they ain't got nobody else to talk to? And it's kind of like that mo. Like why she always using me for crutch, right? But then he goes on to say, growing up, I always used to see her up late is smoking cigarette smoke and greatest hits from Marvin Gaye. She killed a whole bottle with a cheap Chardonnay alcohol, right? So he giving us this a very transparent song. That's another reason like I like it. Most rappers, a lot of rappers, they go through it, but they don't really put all this on paper, right? And talk about it. So he was real transparent writing this song, right? She killed a whole bottle with a cheap Chardonnay, like alcohol, right? So that means she just going through it, right? She really going through it. And she drinking herself away. She and it's killing the body, but it's also it's like a double saying. Like we know it's killing the body. It ain't making her feel good, but it's also like killing the mental part. Like it's killing that too. Uh, then he goes on to say, "I gotta leave this house because part of me dies when I see her like this. Too young to deal with pain. I'd rather run the streets than see her kill herself. So Ville became my escape from a feeling I hate." Um, that's um oh J Cole is a genius, but that's I drive a bus. I'm gonna say this. I drive a school bus, and I drop kids off at times. Elementary school bus. I drop kids off at times, and there's been times where I drop a child off, and I go down the road some more, and I go down the road some more. We're talking 5 or 10 minutes, and I turn around because I got to go back by the same way, and I still see the same kids I dropped off outside with a book bag. With the book bag on, I can tell they ain't been in the house yet, right? So the reason that's so important, because he said I'd rather see the screech than kill her. I'd rather run the screech than see her kill herself, right? And at times I ask myself like, why this child don't want to get off a bus? Why this child don't want to go in the house? What does this child see when they go inside? Why is he staying outside so long, right? I just dropped them off. They should have been one in the house. They still got their book back. What's stopping this child from going inside, right? And staying within the city. I know the kids and stuff like that. And just like I know kids, y'all know kids. It's a question we can all ask. Why is this child never home? Right? It's 12 o'clock at night. Why these babies ain't home? Right? He been out all day. Why he won't go home? Right? But J. Cole just gave us insight on when the child why he wouldn't go home. Right? I'd rather run the streets than see her kill herself, going back to drinking or doing whatever. So Ville became my escape from a feeling I hate, right? That's why kids stay out late at times, because whatever the parent doing at home, they rather be in the streets than see them in that manner, right? So whether it's drunk, whether it's high, whether it's doing whatever, that he just gave us an insight, right, on why kids run the streets the way they do at times, right? He said I'd rather run the streets than see her kill herself. So the Ville became my escape from a feeling I hate. I hate feeling like this, right? Seeing her like that. So instead of seeing her like this my mama. I rather run the streets, right? And it's many other kids going through the same exact thing, And it just give us insight, right? It just give us insight. Like I said, pay attention. Not when it's once you hear me say this, once this drop, pay attention to the kids in your community. Pay attention to the ones that stay out longer than other ones, right? And then you can ask the same question: Why this child won't go inside? Why is this 12 o'clock at night? Why he don't ever want to go home, right? Because it could be in the case like whatever going at home, he'd rather be outside than see it, right? So, it's deep, man. J Cole, like I said, the G's when he dropped this song. Moving on. I want to get through this.
Mama cursing me out. Depression, such a villainous state. I used to stay out later on purpose. Subconsciously, I was nervous that if I came home early, then what would surface was her inner demons. And then I'd have to end up seeing my hero on ground zero. Tears flow while Al Green blow. Love
I just kind of cover that, right? I used to stay out late on purpose, like I said. I just went through this whole concept of kids staying out later than what they should. We seeing kids 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's kind of just add on to the first part, right? But he just kind of he just kind of put it in the lyrics then, right? So I used to stay out late on purpose. Subconsciously, I was nervous that if I came home early, then what was surface was her inner demons, and then I have to end up seeing my hero, right? That's how most of us see our parents, especially our mother. I would have to see my hero on ground zero, right? So to avoid that, he said I used to stay out late on purpose. Ask yourself when you see kids around your neighborhood, why is this child out so late? Right? Because this could be his situation. Why is this baby not never in the house? Right?
Love and happiness. I wish that I could say the right words to cheer her up. I wish her son's love was enough. I tell her mama go to sleep. She tell me, boy, hush. You better pray to God you never get your heart crushed. I shake my head in frustration.
And then he goes on to say, after he said, then I have to end up seeing my hero on Crown Zero. Tears flow while Al Green blow. Love and happiness. That's old school right there. I know. That's a if you ain't never heard, Al Green, Love and Happiness. That's a song right there, right? He giving us insight. This is a picture he painted of what's going on, right? And then he said, I wish that I could say the right words to cheer up. I wish a son love was enough, right? We all, I can't say we all, but a lot of us have been through situations where we see our parents struggling, where we see our parents crying, and that's just like the thought we all have. I wish I knew what to say to make her, feel better, right? I wish my mama just knowing how much I love her was enough, right? It's plenty of kids that can relate to this right now. If if you grown, this could have been you having trying to relate to this at a young age, right? I wish my mama knew how much I loved. I wish that was fine right there, right? But we kids, right? So then he give us some more insight, right? Going into his younger days, he say, I tell her, Mama, go to sleep. We all been there. Mama, get in bed. Mama, why you up so late? Cause we not grown enough to really grasp the concept of what's going on. But she got the Al Green going, right? Love and happiness. Uh, she got the Al Green going. So love and happiness is really telling you what's going on. But as child, we don't see, right? So he said that I used to tell her, Mama, go to sleep, right? Mama, get in the bed. But watch this right here going on. She tell me, boy, hush. You better pray to God you never get your heart crushed, right? And that's kind of like the insight of what's going on like within the moment, right? I say, Mama, get in the bed, right? And she said, boy, go on somewhere, boy, hush, right? And you better pray to God that you will never go through what I'm going through, right? And the reason that lyric is so important because as we get older, we all have been through. Most of us, I say all of us. If this don't apply to you, then it just. But I'm gonna still say all of us. I'm thinking all of us have been through a unpromising situation, as far as a heartbreak, right? And whether it was a friendship or relationship, unexpected death, all that can be heartbreaking, right? So as we get older and we go through a heartbreak, we see why she said you better pray to God you never get your heart, broke. Because that's a if you ever been through something traumatic, you ever been through something heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? Like you know exactly what she was saying when she said you better pray to God you never get your heart because we know exactly how I feel. We go like that's a terrible, terrible, terrible feeling, right? That's a bad feeling. Going back to what he said at the top of the song, right? Far as his stepfather having another baby on his mother, right? That so all of that. You better pray to God you never get your heart broke going through what I'm going through now, right? That was her heart breaking. So you might have got your heart broken a different way, but that's how her heart got broken, right? Going on.
Head to my room, made the tunes with my door shut. Could though a couple more months I'll be gone. Off to college and dorms, fooling myself, thinking problems are gone. But now
Okay. After she say, you better pray to God you never get your heart crushed. I said, bro, excuse me. Lyrics say heart crushed. You better pray to God you never get your heart crushed. Then he said, I shake my head. Insight, he's speaking third person of what his childhood was like. I shake my head and head to my room. Man, I don't know what she got going on, but I'm finna go in my room, right? I can still hear the tunes with my door shut. Still hear the Al Green Love and Happiness, right? But he said, forget it though. Couple more months I'll be gone. Off the college and dorms. Fooling myself, thinking problems are gone. Right? And that's one of that's the naive, the naive part about people, uh, especially younger people. They think just leaving, right? So he thought that, all right, man, forget that. I don't say what I had to say. I ain't worried about no more couple more months. I'll be out here anyways. I'm finna go to college, right? Then all my part. He said, fooling myself, right? That's the naive part talking. After I leave, all this will be over with. He say, fool. But as he got to see, as most of us know, moving out don't really change a lot anyways, right? He said, thinking my problems are gone, but fooling myself, right? That's the naive, part of us, right?
But now it's 1 a.m. and my mama dialing my phone. I know she intoxicated, and soon as high that I'm on comes crashing down. She lit talking drunk shit. I'm pissed, but I'm still all ears like basset hounds. Think it's
Okay, right. So out to college now. But now it's 1 a.m. Still late night. Right? So that's the fool of myself. I thought when I leave all this would be over with. Right? But now it's 1 a.m. My mama dialing my phone. I know she intoxicated. She's still going through it. So ain't nothing changed. Only thing changed with my location. Right? Ain't nothing changed. Right? Soon as the high, soon this high that I'm on come crashing down. She lit talking, but I know she. I'm mad, right? He said I'm peed off. I'm mad, but I'm still out ears like Bessie. Yeah, and that's the. It's kind of a I ain't gonna say give and take thing, but it's kind of a like a I guess it is because even though we know when parents do call whatever 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and they intoxicated and they like we've been there, they intoxicated and stuff or whatever, and they drunk talking to us, and we just mad as we can be, right? Like, God, dog, I'm so sick of this, but we listening, right? That's a respect thing. I just leave that respect thing. Say, man, God, dog, well, she so aggravating me, but I'm still all ears, right? I'm mad. I'm mad. She called my phone. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, but I'm still all ears, right? I'm hearing everything she's saying, right? Okay, let's wrap it up. We get to the end. This video went a little longer than I wanted it to, right? But we bring it to an end now, right?
to myself, maybe my mama need help. Don't she got work in the morning? Why she do this to herself? Hate how she slurring her words, sounding so fucking absurd. This ain't the woman I know. Why I just sit and observe? Why don't I say how I feel? When I do, she's defensive for real. Well, maybe things get better with time. I heard it heals. Little did I know how deep a sadness would go. Looking back, I wish I would've did more instead of running.
Okay, that's bringing it. That's bringing it to an end. I'm finna be quick. I'm finna be quick, man. Like I said, this video went a little longer than I wanted to, right? But it was so much, right? Just one verse. It was so much in just this one verse, right? But bringing it to an end, right? Thinking to myself, I'm mad, but this is what I'm thinking. Thinking to myself, maybe my mama need help. Don't she got work in them? Like why is she still up? Right? It's 1 o'clock. Why don't she got work in the morning? Right? You know what? I got it. I think my mama might need some help. Right? These we don't been there. What ain't going not all of us, right? But a lot of us can relate to being in a situation like this. Man, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. What's she calling my phone for? You know what? I think my mama needs some help. You know what? It's 1 o'clock. She got work tomorrow. What she calling? What's she up? Why she doing herself like this? Right? Why she do this to herself? Hate how she slurring her words. So she intoxicated, right? I can't going back to the feeling I hate. I can't stand this. I hate how she slurring her words, right? Sounding absurd. She just sound like she just I love it. I write it, right? So she just sound real absurd right now, right? This ain't the woman I know. Why I just sit and observe? Like I can't even recognize my like we don't. I can't even recognize my mother right now. This ain't the woman I know, right? Why did I just sit back and observe, right? But he goes on. Why don't I just say how I feel? You know what? I should probably just tell her. Mama. You know what? Like I'm sick of this. Like why don't I just say what I feel? Like that's what that means, right? What I do, she's defensive for real. But that's the flip side of it, right? That's why he said, "Thank you to myself," right? Why don't I just say how I feel? But then again, whenever I do say how I feel, she get real defensive about it, right? So that's why I really don't never say what I feel, right? Well, maybe things get better with time. I heard it heals, right? So that's the old saying. You hear people say all the time. Everything get better with time. So right. So now he just hoping like the situation with his mother. Because he off to college, going back a couple of verses up. I'm off to college. So you know what? Maybe time go on. Maybe this just work itself out. Maybe this get better, right? That's what I'm hoping that it just get better with time, right? Little did I know how deep her sadness would go. Looking back, I wish I would have did more instead of running. But he said that little did I know. So this was just the beginning. He said little did I know how deep her sadness would go. Man, I was hoping that it got better with time, but he said that how deep, so it got worse, right? And then he kind of just put a little pressure on himself and kind of hold himself accountable. Looking back, he said, looking back, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm writing this song. I'm doing good. Cause this insight, I'm doing fine. I wish I would have did a little bit more instead of rushing to go off to college. That's what he said. Running instead of running. Uh, and like I said, a real transparent song, man. Real transparent. A lot of us can relate to this song. Um, his honesty, right? The picture he painted, from the beginning all the way to the end, right? Uh, Stepdaddy had a baby on my mama, right? So now she ain't even recovered from that. She ain't recovered from that. Uh, at times just running the streets. See, we think that kids run the streets because they grown and stuff like that. I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna be done. We think a lot of kids run the streets because they grown. They trying to be fast. But in his case, he said he was running the streets because he didn't want to go home because the way he would see his mother, right? He said the streets was his escape, right? So we got kids going through that. Like, why man? Why he always in the streets? This is they escape from whatever is going on at home, right? And then he goes on to get into the Al Green going on. Him talking to his mama, get in the bed. What you up so late for? And she saying, boy, you better hope you don't never like you better hope you don't feel like this, right? Then going on to college, right? And he thought it was over, but she's still the same, same way. Calling 1 o'clock in the morning. He at college. Then going on to say that, you know what? I just hope that everything work itself out. I hope it get better with time. But then to double back and say it didn't, because little did I know, like it got much, much worse, how deep her sadness would go. And he said that looking back, like I just wish I could have did a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish I could have did a little bit more instead of running. Like I mean, a lot of people can relate to this song. One verse, right? One verse, but you can like visually see everything he was saying. You can kind of feel everything what he was going through, and it's so plain that even if you didn't grow up like within his lifestyle, like I said, going back to paint, you can still like feel everything. You can still like see everything he was saying, right? So read between the lyrics, right? This was my first episode, man. This was my first episode. Reading between the lyrics. If you enjoyed this, leave a comment. Leave a comment in my comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, right? Leave a comment. And also, if you enjoyed this, comment me some songs or DM me some other songs you would like to see me break down the lyrics or read between the lyrics, man. But thank y'all for the support, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, right? J. Cole, Once an Addict.
Something's got a hold on me. I can't let go. Out of fear, I won't be free. Something's got a hold on me. I can't let go. Out of fear, I won't